Okay, we're going to put some letters on both sides of the equation, and then we're going to solve for them their letters. How's that sound? Great. Okay, let's dive on in and see what happens. We're going to start this one with just some examples, and we're going to solve those examples because we're kind of only adding one thing to our like cleanup step of solving equations and all of those things and all that jazz and so on and so forth and yada yada yada. And so let's jump in with some examples. All right, so need the right tool. Examples. Whoa. Example number 1 is going to be 2 plus 5k equals 3k minus 6. All right. So what we got here is we've got a k on one side and we got a k on another side. We need those k's to get together. And so we need to bring one from one side to the other side. Okay. So the way you move a variable from one side to the other side is by either adding it or subtracting it. Okay. It's really, really simple. So we're going to move the 3k from this right side over to the left side. So we're going to subtract 3k. And we're going to subtract 3k over here. Now, the reason this works is because 3k minus 3k is 0, right? So that variable is going to disappear. It's going to poof away from that side, which is great, and that's exactly what we want. And so, excuse me. And so what we're left with on the right side is negative 6. I don't usually write these zeros in here. You actually can if you want to, if that's because I know a lot of teachers and curriculums and things teach you to do that. If you do that, that's totally fine. It's not a big deal. It can be helpful depending on the person, or it can feel a little bit more crowded depending on what you prefer. 5k minus 3k is 2k, so 2 plus 2k. This 2 is that 2, right? Just brought down. We bring down what we haven't touched. So we're going to get rid of the addition subtraction first because that's going to be the easiest way to do this one. So we're going to subtract 2. If we subtract 2 from that side, we're going to subtract 2 over here on this side. Those cancel, leaving us with 2k equals, now we've got same side, so we're going to add and keep the sign, right? We talked about that in the last video, that's a common place for error here. So negative 6 plus negative 2, or you could think about it negative 6 minus 2, it's the same thing, is negative 8. So the last thing that's attached to the variable, remember our goal on all of these is to get the variable by itself by the end and then simplify anything else. But getting that variable by itself is our primary goal when we're solving an equation. So what's attached to the variable? 2. How's it attached? It's multiplied, so we're going to divide 2 on both sides to get rid of it. Those 2's cancel, leaving us with just k. All right. Equals negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. No big deal. We got this. Let's do another example. Example number 2. Still having some allergies. Sorry, I'm sounding a little bit snarfy still. Hope that's not too terribly distracting. All right, let's add some fractions and some parentheses and all kinds of mess. All right, 6 times the quantity, 5m minus 3. Close parentheses equals 1/3. Dun, dun, dun. Times the quantity 24m plus 12. And then we're going to close parentheses. All right. So what do we want to tackle first? Well, there's actually a couple different ways to do it. We're going to do it the way that you're probably seeing. You could actually do you could do this a little bit different. I don't know that it'd be any easier, so we're not going to stress about that. But if we've got this 6 over here times these parentheses and this 1/3 over here times that parentheses, it looks like distributive property to me, right? And so that's the way we're going to solve it, because that's the way you're going to see it. And that's, again, on this particular problem, it's 6 of one, half dozen the other. So we're going to distribute that 6. 6 times 5m is 30m. 6 times -3 is -18. Bring down our equals. Keep those nice and neat. 1/3 times 24m. What is 1/3 of 24? Well, it's 8. So this is 8m. And then 1/3 times 12. What's 1/3 of 12? Well, that's 4. So 8m plus 4. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We need to get this m over with that m. They're lonely. They're separated. All of that jazz. So we need to bring this one over to that one. So we're going to subtract 8m from both sides. Minus 8m is going to go with this one over here. These two cancel, right? No big deal. 30m minus 8m is 22m. Going to bring down our minus 18. We haven't touched it, so we're going to bring it down. Bring down our 4. We haven't touched it, so we're going to bring it down. Now, this 18 is subtracted from the m. So how do we get rid of it? Well, the opposite of subtraction is addition. So we are going to add 18 to both sides. Plus 18, plus 18. Those cancel, leaving us with 22m. Equals 4 plus 18 is 22. I think you can probably see the handwriting on the wall, right? Because the last thing we want to do is we want to take this 22 and we want to divide it on both sides. Divide by 22, divide by 22. And 22 divided by 22 is 1. No problemo. That's super easy. Let's do 2 more examples and then we'll call it quits for this video. All right. These ones are going to throw a curveball in there. We've already kind of seen this curveball, but we're going to see it some more. Get some more practice. This is example 3. Example 3 is 5x plus 5 equals 3 times 5x minus 4, close, minus 10x. Now we're going to solve for x, right? So I think what we want to do first, there's a couple different ways we could go, but I think we're going to go ahead and distribute this 3 because that looks kind of like a obvious step to take. So that's a step we're going to take. So 3 times 5x is 15x. 3 times -4 is -12. Make sure and bring down the minus 10x. I can see forgetting that one. That'd be easy. Easy to forget to bring that down there. So watch those kind of mistakes. We're going to bring down 5, and we're going to bring down 5x. Now, before we want to bring stuff over, I think we ought to go ahead and clean up this here because we've got some like terms we could combine. So we want to do a little cleanup first. So 15x minus 10x is 5x. Going to bring down the minus 12. Okay, we got to get this x over that one. So we're going to subtract 5x from both sides. And then, a thing has happened. Because that one cancels, and so does that one. So we're left with 5 equals -12. So remember, if that variable poofs and goes away, then we've got to look and say, is this true or is this not true? Well, does 5 equal negative 12? The answer is clearly no. So the answer to this problem is no solution. Wow. No big deal. Let's do one more. Uno más. And we shall be done with this video. Number 4 is going to be 3 times 2b minus 1 close parentheses minus 7 equals 6b minus 10. All right, I'm seeing a distributive property. Let's take care of that. Well, seems like a good idea to me. Going to distribute that 3 over there. 3 times 2b is 6b. 3 times negative 1 is negative 6. Bring down the minus 7 equals 6b minus 10. All right, we've got some cleanup. Let's combine like terms over here. Bring down the 6b. Negative 6 minus 7. Where did I get that 6 from? Oh, no, I made a mistake. That doesn't look right at all. I don't think 3 times negative 1 is negative 6. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. How about negative 3? So then negative 3 minus 7 is minus 10 equals 6b minus 10. You could probably quit right there, but we're gonna make sure we get that last little bit so you understand what's going on. We're gonna subtract 6b over here. If we subtract 6b over there, we got to do it over here too. That one cancels with that one cancels, and we are left with negative 10 equals negative 10. Our variable poofed. So is that true or is that false? That is in fact true. So the answer to this problem is all real numbers. Blapo. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. If you're one of my students, do your homework. See you in class, all of those things. If you're not one of my students, then we appreciate you being here. All these videos we're offering for you for free here on YouTube. So we'd really appreciate a like and a subscribe and all those things. You can check out what else we're doing at emberlearninglabs.com. Have a good day.